It happened on a Tuesday night. A stupid, ordinary night. She had just gotten out of the shower, hair damp, skin flushed, walking around in one of my t-shirts like she always did. I was on the couch, strumming my guitar, humming to myself, lost in the melody. Music had always been my escape. Before Emma, before life had settled into predictable routines, music had been the only thing that felt truly mine. She walked by, running her fingers through my hair like she had done 100 times before, and then it happened. "Good night, Ryan." I froze mid-strum. The name rang through the air, louder than it should have been, cutting through the warmth of the room like ice. Ryan. Not Stephen. Ryan. She didn't notice at first. She kept walking toward the bedroom, completely unaware that she had just detonated something inside me. I turned my head slowly, my fingers clenched around the guitar neck so tightly I could hear the faint creak of the wood. "Emma," I called, my voice even, "careful." She stopped, paused for just a second too long, and then she turned, her face carefully neutral. "Yeah." I stared at her. I could hear my heartbeat in my ears. She tilted her head slightly, forcing a confused smile, playing dumb like a goddamn professional. "What did you just call me?" I asked, my voice calm. Her expression didn't even flicker. Too smooth. Too calculated. She let out a soft laugh. "What?" I said, "Stephen." "Liar." I didn't push it. Not then. Not yet. Instead, I let my fingers loosen on the guitar, forcing myself to smile back. "Yeah. Must have misheard you." Her shoulders relaxed just the slightest bit. "You need to get your hearing checked," she teased, disappearing into the bedroom. The moment she was gone, I set my guitar down carefully, staring at the spot where she had stood just moments ago. Ryan. The crack had formed, and I knew it was only going to get bigger. I didn't sleep that night. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, my mind replaying that moment over and over again. Ryan. It wasn't just a slip of the tongue. No one accidentally says another man's name unless he's been on her mind. My gut was telling me something was wrong, and I've learned never to ignore my gut. So the next morning, I made a decision. I needed the truth. I hired a private investigator. I had never done anything like this before. It felt dirty, invasive, like I was crossing a line. But Emma had already crossed it first. The PI was a guy named Matt. Ex-cop. No bullshit. When I told him the situation, he didn't even blink. Just nodded, took down her details, and said, "Give me a week." A week. 7 days. 7 days to confirm whether my entire marriage was a lie. I started noticing things I hadn't before. The way she smiled at her phone a little too often. The way she hesitated when I asked what her plans were. The way she kissed me less. A week later, Matt sent me a folder. And inside it was everything I needed to destroy her. Photos. Texts. Receipts. Ryan was real. And Ryan slept with my wife. I sat alone in my car. My hands were shaking. I didn't even know what I was feeling. Rage, heartbreak, betrayal. All of it. None of it. A numb kind of fury. The photos showed them at a hotel. Holding hands. Laughing. Kissing. All the while, she was coming home to me. I could almost hear her voice in my head. "You need to get your hearing checked." She had looked me in the eye and lied. So easily. So effortlessly. And she thought she had gotten away with it. She had no idea that I was about to tear her world apart. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I planned. I sat in my studio, guitar in my lap, staring at the blank notebook in front of me. And then, slowly, I started writing. A song. Not just any song. Her song. A song about her betrayal. About the hotel rooms, the texts, the laughter that wasn't meant for me. A song that exposed everything. And when I was done, I recorded it. Poured everything into it. Every ounce of pain. Every bit of anger. Every raw, unfiltered emotion. And then, I released it online. I didn't use her name. But she would know. And so would everyone else. The song went viral overnight. I had expected it to gain traction. Music about heartbreak and betrayal always did. But I hadn't anticipated the avalanche. Within hours, comments flooded in. "This hits deep, man." The pain in his voice, damn. Who else thinks this is about his wife? I need details. And then the theory started. People dug into my social media, piecing things together. Emma's Instagram, her posts, the timeline of everything. Someone found old pictures of us together and connected the dots. It spread like wildfire. Emma had no idea what was happening. Not yet. But she was about to. She came home late that evening, humming as she tossed her bag onto the counter. She looked at me, smiling like she always did, like she hadn't been in a hotel room with Ryan 3 nights ago. I sat at the kitchen table, my laptop open, the song playing softly in the background. Her head snapped toward the sound. Her smile faded. "Wait, is that you?" she asked, stepping closer. I watched her closely. Every twitch of her expression, every flicker of realization that her sins were no longer secret. "Yeah," I said, my voice unreadable. "Just something I've been working on." She listened for a second. Then she frowned. "What's it about?" I tilted my head. "You tell me." She let out a forced laugh. "Steven, what?" And then her phone buzzed. A notification. A tag. She glanced down, and I saw the exact second her world started falling apart. Her breath hitched. Her fingers hovered over the screen. Her eyes widened. "Steven." Her voice cracked. "What did you do?" I leaned back, arms crossed. "What do you think?" She looked at me, her face pale. Her phone kept buzzing. More notifications. More people talking about her. Exposing her. I stood up, walking toward her slowly. She stepped back, gripping her phone like it was the only thing holding her together. "You lied to me," I said softly. Over and over again. Tears welled in her eyes. "I didn't mean to." I laughed. Cold. Sharp. "You didn't mean to cheat?" She shook her head frantically. "No. Yes, I don't know." I took another step forward. "Did Ryan hear the song yet?" She let out a choked sob. "Steven, please." I turned away, heading toward the door. "Pack your things." She gasped. "No, please, we can talk about this." I paused, looked over my shoulder. "There's nothing left to talk about." Her face crumpled. "Where am I supposed to go?" I shrugged. "Maybe Ryan has room for you." Her sobs filled the house.